Hi, my name is Dara Jorgensen, and I'm a Family Consumer Science Education major. Today I decided to talk about the educational giant John Dewey. John Dewey was born on October 20th, 1859 in Burlington, Vermont, and lived till June 2nd, 1952. During those 92 years, he did a lot to help change the way education still is today. He attended the University of Vermont, where he first fell in love with philosophy. So he went back to school to Johns Hopkins University to get his graduate in philosophy. He then went and got his doctorate at the University of Michigan. After he received his doctorate, he began to teach at that university. He later also taught at the University of Chicago and Columbia University. John Dewey did not like the old ways of teaching. Children only learned hands-on things at home. They would learn cooking, cleaning, and even things for trades at their house with their parents, instead of in the education system. John Dewey thought that was wrong, and how education should really be is students should learn those type of things that will prepare them for their major in school with the hands-on learning. He believed that students should be learning things that would benefit them, not just things that teachers thought they needed to teach. He also thought that the curriculum should be relevant to the students' lives. The actions that Dewey took were central to the progressive movement. The students became part of learning instead of just sitting there hearing information. They actually helped make learning hands-on and prepared them for their life in society. Lessons were more individualized, and hands-on learning helped kids prepare for their futures. One of Dewey's main concerns with education was that it should be integrated with society. They should not be two separate communities. Society and education should be one, to where you're learning things in school that help with society. So that way, when you get out into the real world, you weren't just thrown out there, you actually were prepared for what you were going to be doing. When children learned in schools, he thought they should be directly relate to the way they would need to interact in society later on. Today, he still has this practice is still used. We have classes that allow us to work hands-on, and that really helps us prepare for our lives. Through allowing us to experience to learn in school, we are more prepared for the jobs that we have later. Also, this makes it so jobs do not have to do as much with training because we have already learned these things in school. When we have this training ready, we are able to be more productive and be able to move further in society because we are learning those things at a younger age. Also, we are able to learn better because we are actually doing those hands-on things that help us to be able to learn. We are prepared for our lives and ready to live in society and be a productive member of society. We also makes it so we have these basic skills so that we know how to live already. We don't need to be taught directly from our parents all these things. We can learn in school how to do these things as well as while we're learning other things. John Dewey was a great educational giant, and he has changed the way teachers plan lessons because they now make it so the students are more involved within the lesson so that they can learn through hands-on experiences. By allowing students to learn what they will need in society, we are preparing them to be more productive in society. John Dewey has moved us to learn and teach in a more efficient way that really helps society, and his practices that he thought back in this time in the late 1800s and beginning 1900s are still used today, which really shows how much of an impact John Dewey really has had on society. Thank you so much for listening, and hope you learned stuff about John Dewey.